Hello, hello, hello. A week ago, I participated in another game jam, hosted by Axolotle, in which we were supposed to make a fish game in 7 days. But first, let's start from the beginning. After participating in the last game jam and a whole lot of blundering, I set off on a journey to try my luck at anime. I was really bad at it. And after making Frieren make flowers and trying to make my favorite Osaka, I was really burnt out, so I decided to look for something else to do. There was a game jam ongoing on the featured section of itch.io. It was a fish game jam. I was really interested, so I signed up. There was 5 days and a few hours left when I joined, so I hurriedly brainstormed and came up with a rough sketch of what I was going to make. I decided to make a fish game inspired by isekais, with an original name reincarnated as a fish. Yes, my originality scares me. I felt energized after spending days laboring away on a very short anime, so I was pumped and hella motivated, so I may have overscoped again. Hey. First, I made the fish model. This time, I opted to using only one model with different textures for different fishes. I made some albedo textures and some normal maps with Blender and combined them as one texture onto the fish. I decided I was only going to use a base texture and nothing more. First, I made the player's fish, which have no special traits. Then I made poison fishes with poison attacks. Then an electric fish with electric attacks. A vampire fish with life-stealing attacks. A black fish with sharp metal bones. A white, scaly fish with lots of armor. A blue fish with lots of meat. I wanted the player fish to craft equipments from their organs and bones. Don't ask me how. Then I made some equipments like bone armors, tail blades, spiky helmets, vampire teeths, and a Tesla coil powered by electrical fishes. After completing the models, I started making the game. First, I was experimenting with movement. And since this is my first time making fish games, progress was slow. I decided to make my own pseudo-physics systems and colliders, which is just a cool way of saying I made the computer add and subtract a lot of numbers. The result was not very good, but I'll take it. I made a simple combat system inspired by games like World of Warcraft and added 2 kinds of attacks, a bite attack and a tail whip. I added a lot of pop-up numbers for digital gore, added visual effects like bubbles and electric shocks for more customer satisfaction. After doing all these stuffs, I had 1 day left. On the final day, I put together the game loop, made a game over condition if we failed to protect our eggs, made a day system. Players were free to do whatever we wanted every 4 days. But on every 5th day, a school of fishes will attack us and try to destroy our eggs. I made ally fishes which spawn every 3 days, but consume 1 meat every day. They can either protect the egg or hunt with the player. I made the crafting menu and some necessary menus and some unnecessary ones. Then, with a few hours left, I needed to add some sounds. I am very bad with making sounds, so I decided to use assets I downloaded from Mixkit and added them in. There were many more things I could do to make the game better, but I decided it was better to submit the game as it was, as there was very little time left. Thus, the game was done. The game got overall better reviews than the last one, with majority of the feedback being too much UI menus bombing you with information and confusion. I was really proud of what I achieved, but then I found something. I noticed the movement speed changing every time I played the game. Then I looked through my codes and, to my horror, found an existential mistake. I did not account for frame information on every movement calculations. This means that if the game was running with a low frame rate, the player would move slower. And if the frame rate was low enough, it would not move at all. There was no changing it now, so I resigned to my fate. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're feeling generous, maybe like and subscribe. Take care.